What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And once again, it's time to take a look back at all the toy hunting that I did this year and give you my top 10, top 20 vintage toy pickups. And all the years that I've been collecting, this was definitely the best year that I had. And when I was looking back, there's no way that I could narrow it down to just 10. So this year, I actually doubled it to 20, so let's get started.
Number 20.
Although technically these aren't considered toys, but I really wanted to include this really cool set of Masters of the Universe glasses, which consisted of He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, and Teela. And I had never seen these before until this year. First at Giant Man Comics, and then at the Columbus Toy Show, where I picked up these.
Number 19.
Released in 1987 by Hasbro, here are the Army Ants. Army Ants were organized into two opposing armies, an orange army led by General Pat Ant and a blue led by General MacArthur, and were sold in squadrons or sets of 3 or 8. There are 40 figures in total, and this is one toy line that I never had as a kid, and I was happy to find this lot of 12 figures complete with their weapons.
Number 18.
From Star Wars, I picked up this massive lot of micro collection, which included the Hoth world and the Bespin world. And I've been wanting to collect this line for some time. I didn't necessarily need the box, so this was the perfect way to do it rather than buy everything individually. And I actually had the ion cannon as a kid. And it also included the turret defense, which was a separate set. So I gotta say thank you to Alan, who gave me one heck of a deal on this. I believe he said it was only missing 4 figures, but he also threw in the 6 mail-away figures and an X-Wing, missing a canopy.
Number 17.
From Transformers, here are some of the G1 Pretenders, to include Autobot Chainclaw, Cattilla, and Decepticon Carnivac. And although I got these at 3 separate times, I wanted to group them as one. And I know I've said it before, but when it comes to the Pretenders, the animals are definitely the best ones.
Number 16.
I got this massive Ghostbusters lot to include the firehouse, and it is complete with the sign. The doors are not broke. The Ecto-1, which is missing the chair. Bunch of various figures, a few accessories. A handful of the ghosts, and included the Highway Haunter. And I got all of this for $200, which is less than what the firehouse goes for by itself. I never had or played with any real Ghostbusters as a kid. I'm not collecting this entire line, but I did at least want to add the firehouse and the Ecto-1 to my collection. Might add a few more ghosts. They're definitely not hard to find. They're everywhere. But I was looking for the best deal, and that's what I got when I found this lot at Toy Palooza.
Number 15.
From the Galooob A-Team line, here are the bad guys, to include Viper, Cobra, Rattler, and Python. And I always find the 4 main characters, but never the bad guys, especially not complete with most of their accessories. And the only other figure that I still need is the news reporter, Amy Allen, who can be even tougher to find than the bad guys.
Number 14.
From Rambo and the Force of Freedom line, I was able to find the Savage Strike Cycle and the Skywolf Assault Jet. And not including international releases, these are the last 2 vehicles that I needed.
Number 13.
From GoBots, here is the Renegade Headquarters Thruster.
It actually included the instruction sheet and the cardboard inserts, so that was a bonus.
And the electronics still work.
Number 12.
From Star Wars, here is the Imperial Troop Transporter. And this was one of the last vehicles that I needed for my collection. And I would have to say that it is one of the toughest ones to find with the box in good condition, because for whatever the reason, it's always missing one of the flaps.
And the electronics still work.
Number 11.
From Mask, I picked up the Boulder Hill playset. And this thing was in excellent shape, great stickers, came with both figures to include Alex Sector and Buddy Hawks, and the only thing it was missing are the two small hoses.
Number 10.
From G.I. Joe, here are the Arctic Commandos, released in 1993 as a mail order only, and the set includes Stalker, Sub-Zero, DJ, and Snow Serpent. And I also picked up the other mail order set from 93 in the International Action Force, which included Budo, Big Bear, Big Ben, and Spirit. And this set is still sealed in the bag, and I haven't decided whether to open it or not. So heading into this year, I wanted to focus more on completing my loose G.I. Joe collection. I still needed about 100 figures, which sounds like a lot, but considering they produced over 500 figures from 82 to 94, it's not that bad. And most of the figures that I still needed were from that 92 to 94 range, which are very hard to find complete because they come with a ton of accessories. And I was able to find quite a few this year, and I will still continue to look next year. But eventually I'll probably just turn to eBay and start picking these off one by one.
Number 9.
And here is John Blackstar's trusty Dragon Steed, Warlock. And this is hard to find due to the fragility, especially the articulated wings. And although this one was not complete, it is missing the saddle, the wings were unbroken. And this is the solid green version, and it also came in a green variant with yellow wings, which can be even more expensive and tougher to find. Blackstar is one of the new toy lines that I just started collecting this year. I made the mistake of watching the cartoon for the first time ever, and I guess I never realized that it came out in 81 before He-Man, but Galooob didn't release the toys until 83 after the success that Mattel had. And throughout the year, I was able to find several of the figures, including Warlock. And now I'm on the hunt for the Ice Castle, which I know is a holy grail for most collectors. It's going to be expensive, and it's going to be a challenge to find it complete and unbroken because it's so fragile.
Number 8.
From Thundercats, here is Mumra's Tomb Fortress, complete with Mummy Mumra, which was only released with this set or as a mail-away. The central play feature is the sarcophagus or coffin where Mummy Mumra transforms into his powerful, ever-living form.
Number 7.
As a huge Masters of the Universe fan, I knew it was only a matter of time, but I finally went down the She-Ra rabbit hole and I traded in all of my Motu Mega Constructs for this complete Crystal Castle.
Number 6.
From Thundercats, here is the Astro Moat Monster, which only appeared in one episode of the cartoon. It was released in all three series from 1985 to 1987. This figure has 6 points of articulation, and the only accessories are the two wings, which are often missing or broken, making this one of the more expensive and harder Thundercats figures to track down complete. Thundercats is another toy line that I just started collecting this year, and my goal was to knock out the playsets and some of the more expensive figures first, and I probably could have done just the top 10 on Thundercats, but I wanted to choose just one figure, and I never expected to find the Astro Moat Monster so quickly, especially not complete with his vintage wings. And after that, I did find a few of the other more expensive figures to include Jaga, Bengali, and Linkso.
Number 5.
From G.I. Joe, here is the Dino Hunter Mission Playset, released in 1993. And just like the Night Force, this was only offered as a Toys R Us exclusive. The vehicle was a repaint of the Desert Fox and included two figures, Ambush version 2 and Lowlight version 4. And what makes this set so hard to find complete is the goofy looking dinosaur that looks like a cheap dollar store toy. And considering the original Jurassic Park film was also released in 93, you think Hasbro could have done a better job with that.
Number 4.
From Thundercats, here is the Cat's Lair. Now this is not a mint example, it does have some issues. First being slight discoloration, there are a few cracks, broken tabs, The stickers were in excellent shape. I was not able to get the electronics to work, so I may have to dig a little deeper with those. But it was mostly complete with the jail cell and the rest of the components. And the main thing was that I wasn't spending, $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 for this. I thought that $500 was a steal and that I can always upgrade down the road.
Number 3.
Released in 1990, here is the G.I. Joe General. And it was complete with the Locust Copter and the driver, Major Storm, minus his gun. And it is in need of a good cleaning, and then I'm going to place it back in the box because I do not have the space to display this out. And talking to the seller, I asked how long he's had this, and he said he's had the box since 2007. But he waited until he completed this piece by piece. And the box is in fantastic shape for something that is 35 years old. Now I have seen this at shows before loose, but never with the box. So I definitely was not going to miss the opportunity to add this to my collection. So back in 2024, the 3 things that were at the top of my want list were the Motu Power of Grayskull dinosaurs. And this year I found myself in a similar situation, wanting the 3 Inhumanoids, Metlar, Tendril, and Decompose. And to my surprise, I was able to find all 3 of them. But which one made it all the way to number 2?
Number 2.
And just like last year, I decided to call it a 3-way tie for number 2. So you have Metlar, the leader of the Inhumanoids, who dwells in the fiery domain of Infernac at the Earth's core. Tendril, the plant-like Inhumanoid who can regenerate his limbs, but is more brawn than brain. And last is Decompose, the undead Inhumanoid with the powers and weaknesses of a vampire. One touch from his claw turns his victims into giant undead zombie-like creatures and can only be turned back to normal by exposure to sunlight. And before we get to number 1, let's do a quick recap. Number 20 was the Motu glasses. 19, the Army Ants. 18, Star Wars Micro Collection. 17, Transformers Pretenders. 16, Real Ghostbusters Firehouse. 15, 18 Bad Guys. 14, Rambo, Skywolf, and Sound Cycle. 13, GoBots Thruster. 12, Star Wars Imperial Fleet Transporter. 11, Mass Boulder Hill. 10, G.I. Joe Mail Away Figures. 9, Black Star Warlock. 8, Bomber's Tomb. 7, Zero Crystal Castle. 6, Astro Moat Monster. 5, Dino Hunter Mission Playset. 4, Cat Slayer. 3, the G.I. Joe General. And number 2 were the 3 Inhumanoids. Transformers is one of the first toy lines that I started collecting almost 25 years ago. And there's one Transformer that I've always wanted but has eluded me. And I wouldn't consider it rare because I do see it pretty often. But I found it very challenging to find it complete, in working condition, with a great box, at the right price until this year. And that is the reason why this is my number 1 pickup of 2025.
Number 1.
Here's Trypticon. And the box was in overall great condition, really nice graphics, but it did have a couple tears on the corners. On the back of the box, the tech specs and the robot points were uncut. It was 100% complete with all paperwork to include the hard-to-find glow-in-the-dark poster. And the electronics still work. So in total this year, I went to 10 toy shows and 14 different toy stores. And some of those stores I hit multiple times. So if you want to see all those great places where I picked up these toys, plus lots of others, then you can check out this playlist. And if I had to give a theme for this year, it would definitely be playsets, playsets, playsets. As I mentioned previously, I'm in the process of expanding my toy room yet again. And that expansion is what has allowed me to finally add cool toys such as the Cat's Lair, Boulder Hill, the Crystal Castle, and the Firehouse. And I'm really looking forward to next year to see what else I can add to my collection. And there are still a few other toy lines that I want to collect, but I haven't done so yet. So we'll see. And that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed my top 20. If so, please give it a like. And let me know down in the comments what was the best toy that you picked up this year. If you want to see even more toy hunting episodes, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is the toy channel you've been searching for.